Hi, I'm Jacqueline. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a craft teacher, and I'd like to think that I do it mostly with thrifting items. In other words, make crafts very inexpensively, but I make some pretty cool things. I try to think totally out of the box. And the other thing I do is I love to inspire other women or men that are doing some art, doing some crafts, right? And so today, what we're going to do is we're going to make two lampshades. And I brought two that I have already done. And this one is a fabric one that I did kind of in a shabby chic by getting a lampshade at your local thrift store. And I even thrifted the fabric. I thrifted the lace. You can thrift whatever you want to put on it. Your embellishments, if you want buttons, if you want whatever, depending on your style. I thrifted the whole darn thing. I believe on this project, I actually even thrifted my glue sticks. So this is what I would call more of a shabby chic, cute little lampshade. I use it in my bathroom that is full of like bunnies and cutesy. It's my room that's all done and decked out in shabby chic. So I made this a few years ago and I wanted to show you. Now, if you go back to my, oh goodness, 2 videos ago, we did a boho lampshade. Go and check it out. This one was incredibly fun. This was done with duct tape that I had bought at various places. Daiso, Dollar Tree had the duct tape, and Hobby Lobby. And I made this lampshade last week. My living room and my main area of my home is boho. And so I made that lampshade. And it's a great video, and it's very easy, and it's incredibly fun. And so today we're going to do 2 lampshades. I'm going to start with a small one. And I'm going to kind of boho this one out too, because, you know, if you're making crafts or you're teaching crafts, you want to have an end purpose for them. You want to either put them in your home, in your yard, your garden. I happen to have a gift closet. You can go back and look at that video. I'm going to be doing a class in my home soon on a gift closet. But you want to be able to gift it or to do something with it. So today, that's why I'm doing a boho lampshade, because I need another lamp. So we're going to use this. I'm just giving you a little proof. I actually did thrift it at $2.99. And yeah, so inexpensive, very inexpensive. And then the other one we're going to do is a little bit along, and I'll show you that in a moment, is a little bit more along the paisley feel. And that paisley can actually go with boho. So to start out, I'm going to assume that you don't know anything about doing lampshades. So, and maybe you aren't even familiar with some of the mediums I'm using. So I wanted to show you what you need. You need some basic supplies. Okay, there's a company, of course, that's been around forever, the Mod Podge. This is their mat. You could use this if you want. Basically, what we're talking about is glue, and this goes usually in a store about $4 or $5, something like that. I'm not using that today. I'm working with fabric. Now, you'll find that Mod Podge has all kinds of different fabric glues for different things. If you're making a puzzle, they've got that, and so on. This one is the fabric Mod Podge, and it's very, very thick, and it's much more expensive. It's $8.50. It is for fabric specifically, and we're going to be using that on both of the lampshades today. But it's really your preference. I mean, you could do, if you want to do it really cheap, you can do Elmer's glue. Just make sure it's thick, because you don't want your fabric too wet, and you want some even distribution. Today you can see how thick this is. I am actually putting it in a little bowl to work out of the bowl, rather the lid or the jar. The other thing I have going is I just have a small glue gun, and I've got my glue sticks, a couple ready in case I need them. I don't even know if we're going to need this today, and it's because I make decisions as I go. I never pre-plan this stuff. I mean, I pre-plan it, but I don't make a sample. So I kind of go with the flow, and I think that's the beautiful thing about art and crafts. So I might put some trim. I'm thinking on the second lampshade today. So get a glue gun going. If you don't need it, then you don't need it. You also need some fabric scissors, and you want to have, in a crafter's world, you want to have fabric scissors and paper scissors and utility scissors. You want to make them different, and you want to mark them. On my fabric scissors, I always put some fabric. I mean, it just kind of makes sense to me. Yes, it gets in the way a little bit, but at least I'm not, transferring scissors, because if you start using this with paper, you're going to have some dull scissors. So you want that fabric scissors. And then I'm going to mention one other glue. There is something called fabric tack. You could use that, or fabric glues that are made by different companies. Here's one, Yerdira, and what is that? Breed Leader, is that it? So you can use those too. I don't like the fabric glue for some reason, but I do use it if I need it for specific projects. And then the other thing you need are these. And literally, they basically come almost a dime a dozen. They're very, very cheap. You want to use these, and basically these are throwaways. I mean, but if you're really thrifty like I am, you can wash it out and use it at another time. You just have to wash them quite a bit. There's different sizes. They even go larger than this. You can also cut these down. Just take a scissor, and if you have one and you don't need that big one, just cut it. It's no big deal. It's just foam. That's all they are. And so today we have a larger one if I need it. This one here you can see is a little smaller. Then we have another smaller size, and then we have this one. And they also come in dabbers. You can get them at the dollar store. You can buy them in a package. They're always fairly cheap. I generally don't wash mine out. I usually just toss it, to be very honest with you. But, depending on how thrifty you are. If you're really, really thrifty, pull that sucker off and you've got a dowel that you can use for something else. Like, that's what I think about when I'm making crafts. So I'm not running to the thrift store, or excuse me, I am running to the thrift store. I'm not running to your common stores, your Hobby Lobbies, your Michaels, whatever you have in your area. I don't even know if there's Ben Franklin anymore, but at any rate, you're not always running there to pick up things and spending more money. So what I have done today for demo's sake is that we're going to do this small lampshade, this little green one. And I have gotten bandanas, okay, at Hobby Lobby. Go there. You could, I'm using this one, and I'll show you in a moment how I cut it up. I just love this. I'm going to do a video on making pillows on this also. Look at these bandanas. That's what we're using today. 99 cents each at Hobby Lobby. And they come in two different colors. Yeah, here, look. We got the green too. So it's the two different colors. There you go, 99 cents. We're using that one. But it would also be cute. Say you had maybe a son or a grandson or something that had a cowboy bedroom, or a picnic style or something like that. You could also use just the regular bandanas. And I just cut up one bandana today for this lampshade because it's a small one, but get what you want. These come red, blue, they come in white, they come in purple, and you can use them to cover notebooks. You can do lampshades. You can make, I'm going to be doing a video pretty soon. Well, not pretty soon, probably this summer, about making napkins out of these and a tablecloth. Woohoo. So go and get yourself some bandanas wherever your bandanas are sold. Today, I've already pre-cut these. And what I would say is it's a really good idea to do that rather than, pasting and cutting. And then I kind of mix them up so I can kind of pick and choose what I want. This is a project you don't have to think much about. Don't worry about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our dabber, and I am going to use, I believe, the second size. And what you're going to do is you're just going to put your Mod Podge on the back of the fabric, and you're going to glue it down. Now you can go back and get the little pieces that are going to stand up or not glue down. And you are just going to not give this much thought. other than, maybe color match a little bit, to have some variety. And you are going to just put that glue on the back, or you could put it right on the lampshade if that's easier. I think I'll try it both ways for you today. I'm only going to do part of this lampshade for you because it's a repeated, craft that you're doing over and over. And then what I want you to do is just don't worry about being all straight. You don't have to, like I said, kind of a thoughtless thing. Let's do one where we just, put it on the lampshade. And I can see already that that's going to be easier, and it's probably going to give it better coverage. So put your glue down, pick your piece, and I want you to just put it on cattywampus. That's what you're going to do. Just come hither there. You can overlap, and that will avoid flaps and such coming up. And you're going to go so on and so forth around this lampshade. Just keep on going. And don't be afraid to bring this down, such as here. You can always fix it later, right? Working with Mod Podge, you want to make sure you're not drying it out as you're brushing it on. Let's get it going the right side up. This one's going to come down this way. Press gently. Make sure you have the right side. And don't be afraid to go horizontal and to go vertical to make it what you want. It's your lampshade, or more importantly, it's just your design, whatever it is that you like. And I would really suggest, I'll say it over and over as I show you how I create, that I don't think about it. And I think that's what the fun is of the whole darn thing. It's like, yeah, that works. So let's talk about the cost of this little lampshade. Much better than something that you're going to buy at a local home store or some other store, because you've made it yourself. Look at that. Look at it. Isn't it nice? Isn't it beautiful? Can you see the hope in this piece? How much is it going to cost? So what I have into this is I have, let's see, what do I have? I have the $2.99 that I spent for the lampshade, right? Notice I'm putting the black up here. I left some pieces that have a large amount of black on them. Anyway, I spent $2.99 for the lampshade. It's only one bandana that I'm using, and that was, see how I'm putting the black up there, overlapping? It sticks so nicely. That's one thing I like about the fabric one, that it's actually made for that, so, just go with the flow, right? $2.99 lampshade. Stay on track here, Jacqueline. And a 99 cents for my bandana. And then I already had the daubers, the foam things, but I would say that I probably, if I bought the whole package, maybe $1.99. So what are we talking? 50 cents, 25 cents, something like that. Like nothing big. On the top here, make sure that you're following that edge, so you're covering all the gray, if that's what you want, if you want to cover that whole lampshade. And then what else? The glue. The Mod Podge I did have to buy. I didn't have enough, and that was $8.50. But, of course, I'm not using $8.50 worth. I'm going to bring this one in. Isn't this pretty? I'm not using $8.50 of it. So, anyway, what are we looking at? $5, maybe? $5 to make a lampshade and have fun. And this is so easy. Don't worry if your glue is showing, because it will dry clear for you. There you go. Look. Looky. So just for example's sake, I'm going to come down here so we can see the whole look and get a piece down here, coming to the very edge of the lampshade. Now, one thing I'm going to say to you on both of these lampshades, and like I said, I'm not going to complete the whole lampshade because you get exactly what it looks like. You can go over to Instagram. I'm on Instagram as Calamity Crafty Home also, and you'll be able to see the finished product. But what I wanted to tell you, see how I brought it right down to that edge? What was I going to tell you? I forgot what I was going to say to you. Oh, afterwards, when it has, the bottle of Mod Podge says, I believe it is, to let it dry for 72 hours. That's quite a long time, but whatever. Just set it out, let it dry real well. And then what you do is you go back. You actually go back, and with a light coat, I might even, this is water soluble, so you could add a teensy bit of water. You don't want to put it on that thick, but a teensy bit of water so that you can give it a light coat. Now look at, I'm going to draw this purple in, and I'm going to go back to my sideways look. Anyway, you do a coat over top, like over this area when it's all done. You don't want to do it before. Don't rush it, because what will happen is the fabric will start to pull up. Make sure that you've got it smooth there. You see how I'm doing that? And we're going to just glue that on. So for this one, I'm not putting any trim on, although, you know, I could. I definitely could. You could put embellishments on here. You could put, you know, whatever it is that you choose to do. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what our lampshade is going to look like. Isn't that just beautiful? Can you picture it all done? Maybe I'll do a couple more here so you can see at the bottom, just to give you the full look of it. But I think you get the idea. I mean, if you're a beginner crafter, this would be a really wonderful project for you to start with. Yeah, because it's fun and it's easy. Okay, look what I just did. Dang it. I put it on the wrong side. You got to pay attention to that. Otherwise, it probably is going to show up. Now I am going to have to stick a little bit more in here. I can see right now that that's a little bit too dry for, it's because I put some down and it pulled onto the fabric. But what do you think? You like it? Isn't it nice? I love it. Oh, you're stubborn. You don't want to stick down. Okay, well, just a little dab do you? And then again, like I said, after 72 hours, you're going to go back and put a light coat over that. And just as a reminder, water it down just a little bit. So that is our bandana boho lampshade. Isn't it just cool as cool can be? I just love the thing. I'm excited about it. Let's go to our next one. I know that everybody's on limited time, and there's a lot of good craft projects out there in the world to check it out. And I'm just one of them coming to you. Please subscribe. I'm fairly new. Well, I'm actually really new to YouTube. I'm loving the process. I teach crafts in my home also. I have a group of women, 11, 12 of us, that come monthly to my home. And I teach crafts, or we have guest crafters that come in. I'm going to use my little, see how thick this is, trying to get this out. I'm just trying to get that Mod Podge out of there, and it's thicker as thick can be, so I have enough. Get your supplies all ready in the beginning, you know. Just be ready. It just makes everything a lot easier, especially when you're working with glue, right? Anyway, my craft group is called The Squirrel's Nest, and we meet once monthly. We've been doing this for 9 years. And so I teach crafts, and I just love it. So YouTube was like a natural extension. Anyway, please, if you like me, please come and subscribe. It's free. And I'd love to see you back here again. So this lampshade was a little bit more. I'm trying to remember what it was. I did get it. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was on the Goodwill sale. It was $1.99. Here in my town, every Monday, they have a Goodwill sale of $1.99 on a certain tag. And this one was Goodwill red tag a couple of weeks ago. Now, fabric. Here we go again. When you're making a banner or you're doing a quilt or whatever you're doing with fabric, you cut in different shapes. And so I have a stack of pre-cut, I pre-cut them for you, different fabrics. I got a whole bunch here. Look at this that I pre-cut. And I had some blues in the back. I was thinking about doing a blue lampshade, but with my home, these earth tones and this green is probably going to go better. So here are some of the choices I have. I'm just going to show you this pretty one. These also, if you make them a little bit larger, they're just a common triangle, right? They can be dog bandanas too. If you're a seamstress, these are really fun. I have that one. So I'm going with the jewel tones, kind of the fall colors with this one. But notice they have something in common, and that is they matchy-matchy for the most part. And they are paisley, except for this piece. I always choose one more solid color when I'm working with different fabrics. I do have more of these, so if I need them, I can get them. Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? It's just beautiful. So today what we're going to do is we are going to actually allow some of the background of this lampshade show, because I don't know if you could see it. It's kind of a cream color, and can you see that up close? And it's got pattern in it. It's just really beautiful. It's a nice quality. So on this, actually I should have poured more glue in this because we got some big wide open space, but I am going to actually put this on pretty quick. And to be honest with you, this might even take my whole jar, because it's, number one, a big surface, and also that this lampshade is, the fabric on it is much more thicker. But even said that, I'm still going to brush that out. Don't worry about this top area. I'm not going to the top with this project because I'm probably going to add some trim. So I'm going to lay that on there, come hither there, just how it is, somewhat like a bandana, right? And I'm going to make sure that my ribbing of my lamp, the wires that are coming down there, are still showing. You're going to press gently, but get that fabric on there. And when you're putting it on this one, we want to make sure, it's okay to touch up, but you want to make sure on these that you have covered your surfaces. And I still think that I'm happier doing it this way on the lampshade rather than putting it on the back of the fabric, but each to their own, whatever you like. Giving some room that I want to push that down on that ribbing a little bit. Can you see what I'm doing there? Okay, I got one piece on. And then let's see what my other choices are. I absolutely love this color. And I'm going to go right over here. And I can see right now, I need a lot of Mod Podge. I didn't quite anticipate that. So hold, please. I'll be back to you in 1 minute. No, I'll be back to you sooner than that. Anyway, let's see. Drop your name in the comments. Please let me know what you thought of the video today, if it was something helpful, if it was something fun and unique that you enjoyed. I hope you have time to watch the whole video, but if not, we may not even finish this lampshade today in total, but at least you're going to be getting the idea of what I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to place that right there with the tip, as you see, just barely touching down here. I mean, if you're a real perfectionist, and I can be sometimes, you can pull it up. Okay, that went on pretty easier. I think just like any craft, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, right? The practice makes perfect is what it does. Trying something over and over and over again. Okay, so we're going to put that on. It looks like when I ironed, I didn't get that piece down. So we want to do that. Let's get it over here. And again, remember, if you're go over on your white glue, don't fret, don't worry about it, because it does dry completely clear eventually. Okay, now what were my other choices? I think I want to bring in a lighter color such as this. And I am let me see. Like I said, it's all about design and what you like. I'm going to go this way with it, believe it or not. So put that sucker down. If you have also come to one of my other videos, this is maybe a second or third time, let me know. I do read the comments, and they mean a lot to me. They'll be meaning a lot to me now as I'm starting out, and I'm the type of person that they will always mean a lot to me. So, okay, how did I have it? I forget. Oh, I had it. Let's see. What am I going to do with this? Play, 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 play. Okay, I'm going to go there. Again, not thinking much about it. Overlapping. Happy with my results. You don't want to do, I think this is just something that I've learned and adopted along the way, is you're going to make mistakes. As I'm demoing for you, like freehand, practically live here, I'm going to make mistakes, sure. And you're going to, everybody's got a rich opinion, and somebody might like it and somebody might not, and you might just hate the project you did. But you know what? The point is that you tried and you did something wonderful, and we learned from those mistakes, right? So, looks like I'm picking up a little bit of something else around here. So you get the idea. You're going to keep putting these on, and like I said, they don't have to be like all symmetrical, and they don't have to be perfect. Remember, when the lamp sits in the room, depending on the location, you're only going to see one side of it, or maybe a couple sides of it at the most, right? You're not going to, unless it's right in the middle of the room, you're not going to see the whole side. You can always do like I do and put your best forward, right? Your best side forward. Okay, going back. So you get the idea of this as we're wrapping around. I have, what do I have here? I have this one more piece, and I'm going to bring this on the other side, and I think I'm going to, well, wait a minute here. I think I'm going to go this way with it. Yeah. I'm going to glue this on, and then I am going to put some trim on. And I'm going to, for the sake of respecting your time on this video, I will put my trim on to actually show you. I mean, you might get done with this and you may not even want trim on it. But today I did bring some trim that I wanted to show you. So bringing that, just tucking that right up under that corner, do you see? And letting it fall, come hither or there, where it wants to fall, where it naturally, all your pieces are triangles, or you could do squares, whatever you want to do. But let it just fall, come hither or there. It makes the come hither or there concept for me is saying, hey, you know what? If you come hither or there, you can get away with a lot. You can, create a project, and then what you might think was a mistake is not a mistake at all. It's not at all. It's just a happy occurrence, and that's the way it turned out. So, so be it. So be it. Okay. So there we have our lampshade wrapping around in this wonderful, wonderful pattern. I just love it. You could have a solid lampshade, or not lampshade, lamp on the bottom. You could go with the cream. You could go with this red. You could go with a gold. You could go with blue. You could go with brown. If you had a brown base on this, oh my word, how pretty. I am not going to do this, but you can put embellishments on. I don't know. It's so pretty. Maybe I should put it on. Woo! Although I don't have a lot of these. And if you did put it on, you would want 3 to 5 or 7. You want an odd number putting it on, unless you were going to do something and this was going to be the front of your lamp. But you can put embellishments on. If I don't know, when I actually show this on Instagram, or you can come to my Facebook page, Calamity Crafty Home, It's a group page. You can come there and you'll see it there. I might do this. I have to dig and see. Oh, I have a bin over here. Wait a minute. Hold, please. Hold, please. Let's see what I got. I don't have this one, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about that another time. But what I am going to do is look at some trims. Where's my little tin of trims? I'm thinking already I'm going to go with this, to be honest with you. But don't be so quick. We could go with something like that. That's beautiful. I'm okay with that. Look at it. Pretty. You could also, if you want to trim up here, if you're going with trim and you want one at the bottom, don't be afraid to do something different. What else have I got in this little magical tin? This is pretty cool. It's got the gold, the shiny on it. That's not my thing for this lampshade. I like it, but not necessarily. Now, don't lose that pin, Jacqueline. Okay, and then this is a thicker one, and that's okay too, especially if you have this lamp in a larger room and you want that trim to show off. Go ahead and do that. Now today I can't glue my trim on. I would like to be able to glue it, but I have realized I guess I could do it on the bottom, but I can't do it on the top, and that's because I haven't completed all the way around to actually show you. But you've got the idea, and I'm pretty much swaying for this. I like it. Personal preference, right? Whatever. I am, before I make my final decision, though, I'm going to go back to this because I'm looking at either this or this. And I do like that. But for the top, at least, I think I'm going to do it kind of funky. I think I am going to go with the top piece. I like it. I just like the look of it. Do you? Let me know in comments. And then I think on the bottom, maybe, where do I have a point at the bottom? Let me just see. Yes, oh yes, oh yes. You see that? I don't know. I'm going to change my mind. I'm not going to use that. So perhaps on the bottom? No, I'm not going to do that either. One more choice, and that was maybe this, because it's the same family, mama and baby. Oops, I had the wrong side. It's that side, which is even better. And maybe, yes, indeed. I think I'm going to put that on the bottom. But that still is a maybe for me. I think I need to get it completed a little bit more and give it my eyeballs and see what I want to do with it. So thank you. Thank you so much for spending the last, 35 minutes with me. Go back, look at my other videos. I've got some funky fun things on there. Would love to have your time spent there and give me your thoughts and opinion and ideas. And my next video come up, I think I'm going outside and I'm going to paint some pavers for the garden. I think that's going to be the next one. Don't hold me to it, but that one's coming soon, if not the next one. Or we're going to decorate some notebooks for your home. Covers only. I might do that one next. We'll see. Depends on the mood, right? Come hither or there. Thanks for being here. I'm Jacqueline, and we'll see you next time.